today's video, we'll be setting up a Central African rock python cage. We're gonna tear everything down and rebuild it. A bit about the snake. This snake is about a year old now. This species is actually the largest species of snake on the African continent, growing to more than 6 meters long. And at that age, they can probably eat a medium-sized gazelle. This one is still young, still quite small, but being a heavy-bodied snake, they kind of destroy everything that's in their path. As you'll see, the cage is kind of torn down now. It's been about a year since I've built it up. So without further ado, let's get to work. So the snake is chilling in his water bowl full of fresh water. Because I don't have a recipient to actually put him in, or a box, I'm gonna keep him in here and try not to disturb him while I'm doing work. First things first, we're gonna take out the major decoration pieces. And as you can see, the snake made a mess of his cage. Now, when the snake arrived, it was small enough to actually hide in this piece of bamboo, but this is pretty much useless now for the snake, so we're gonna find another animal that can make use of this. Once again, broken vase. The snake used to be small enough to actually hide in here, but he kind of dug this tunnel underneath to go into the other big piece. It's actually quite surprising that the plant is still alive as well. I'm not doing the best. The vase is probably too small for this one. I would have expected the snake to crush this, honestly. So this is gonna go back once I rebuild everything. Now we're done taking out all the big decor pieces, except the water bowl in here. So I got my shovel tool thingy. I don't know what the term for this is in English. But yeah, you see it here, and I just go in. Just grab the substrate and put it in a bucket. And since the same snake will be living in here, there's no real need to disinfect the cage. Which also, disinfecting a wooden cage is not the best thing you could do. The wood would absorb maybe some of the chemicals. To what degree that is gonna hurt the animal, I don't really know. It would probably hurt amphibians more than reptiles. Now I'm gonna move the water bowl to the side a bit. So I can access the corner. Now I'm just gonna take some toilet paper. Get this cleaning product. And wipe down the glass. Spraying this on the paper is because I don't want any of the product actually going into the wood or potentially into the water. A bit harder to clean, but it's definitely worth it. Now we have an empty cage and all our decor pieces and the old substrate outside. Now I'm gonna separate what I'm gonna use in the wooden pieces, and just gonna get some new substrate and start putting everything in. This right here is pretty jacked up, so even more jacked up now. So this can go, this can go, and this can go, and this can go as well. This piece as well. But all of this can stay, and the cable can go as well. Now I'm gonna add some new hiding pieces for him, but I'm gonna get something much bigger, of course, and a bit more solid than the little piece that was in there before. Okay, so I have my new substrate, just wooden chips or small pieces of wood, the same wood that we used before, but this time I got a hide that's a bit stronger, a bit thicker. Now you're gonna want to put in a bit more substrate than what you get out, because over time it's going to compact itself. So the bucket is maybe 10 centimeters from the top, and I just fill it all up now. Yeah, let's start setting up the cage. We're gonna put the water bowl back where it was, just like this. I think I'm gonna turn it around though. So I can kind of put the piece of wood in here. I don't want this immediately under the light, because that would then evaporate the water and increase the humidity levels, whereas kind of my ambient humidity level here in Kigali is what the snake has in its natural habitat. Try to not break the light when you do this. Okay, so we're just going to put it all around. This is a nice thick layer. However, after a few months already, there'll be a few centimeters missing. Now I don't need to spray anything, because this is not a rainforest animal, it's a savanna animal. So yeah, the current ambient humidity levels are more than enough, around 60% maybe at the moment. I'm gonna put this back kind of where the other one was, and against the wall, so the snake can just go in and it feels safe going in there. Maybe dig it in a bit. Okay, this cool little piece, which is also going to help with shedding. And just kind of put that in wherever. Now this piece right here, I want this to kind of go up somewhere. However, it needs to be put in a place where it won't move, because this is a strong snake, so it will move all of this stuff around. This piece might be a bit too short. So the snake can kind of have an area where it can bask. Now I can give you a bit of an inside view of the cage. The snake is already under his piece of bark, resting or hiding. So, the main focal points. This is a big snake, strong snake. If you put small pieces of decor, he'll push them around, and if you put smaller plants, he's gonna crush them. Even this plant, I don't know how much longer it's gonna survive, and it really looks like it needs some sunlight as well. But yeah, these are tough plants, so at least until the snake is really big and probably too big for this cage, then I think it's still gonna survive a bit. So big pieces of wood that don't really move around that much, a little bit is okay, and this is really light, so if you were to put in rocks, you really want to make sure that the rocks can't fall on the snake or injure the snake. This really wouldn't be able to. It is I would say semi-aquatic snake, so a big water bowl is important for the species. They do spend a lot of time in water during the night, even during the day, and just fully submerged, maybe with the head poking out. That's also how, or part of how they hunt in nature. They'll, hunt from the water, because when they're inside the murky water, they're really hard to see. I do have a picture of that, but it's really old. I don't think I'll be able to find it for this video, but it's really amazing to see how well they actually camouflage in their natural habitat. You would be able, or you could put in some dead leaves as well, and that would help with the whole camouflage aspect, but the snake grew up in captivity. He is quite chill, also for a rock python. Never bit, never tried to hiss or anything, so really nice snake all in all. And I think that's gonna be it for today's video. Please consider liking and subscribing. That will really help me out in knowing that you guys actually like the content, that I should make more. Also for the YouTube algorithm. And if you have anything to say, any tips, any comments, please leave them down below in the comments. And see you guys next time. Bye bye.